Alright y'all, in this video we are going to be disassembling the mini bike project that I continually am working on just to learn skills along the way and make it better. This is a personal one of mine, and I don't plan on flipping this one. This one I'm gonna keep. But we're gonna take off the engine, put some riser plates with some scrap metal on there, get ready for a torque converter to go in. We're also going to go on the inside, take out the governor, as well as the oil tilt sensor. I ordered some frame extension tabs we're gonna put on there. That'll scoot the back tire back just a little bit and raise up the back a little bit. So for some less front lift, because I want more power without doing accidental wheelies. And we'll figure out how to put a headlight on there, figure out a situation for the front fender for now, because I'd be getting muddy whenever I'm riding right now. And yeah, so we got the new front suspension kit put on in a previous video, so we're just kind of upgrading the rest of it. I also got a homemade gas tank I'm making out of a fire extinguisher, and a lot of body work to do to go into it, but it's going to be getting fully more and more custom as we go. And disclaimer, I'm not a professional. I'm just doing this for fun and hoping that I inspire somebody out there. You don't gotta be a professional to mess with mini bikes or anything like that. It's super simple and fun to do, and it's a good hobby for anybody. All you need is a couple wrenches, and you can easily get some off the marketplace and flip them, or make one for yourself like I'm doing. So we're gonna get to it, and I hope you all enjoy. Alright, now that we got it all disassembled, we're going to take some measurements here, and I'm going to try to rig a stand that can be adjustable, because I don't know where the chain is going to need to sit once I get the torque converter on there. So I'm going to go ahead and work that out a little bit, but it ought to be interesting. I did say in the channel nothing's gonna be pretty, but it's not too bad. So we're gonna go ahead and set our engine on top of this, and then just mark it with a Sharpie through the hole of the engine, and that'll give us a pretty accurate placement for the hole to go. And then we'll see if my drill bits from Harbor Freight are strong enough to actually get through it. God damn it. My daggum drill bit and my piece of steel just fell in the crevice. This might take a minute. Alright, next up we're gonna make 2 slits on the bottom on each one. That way I can scoot it over just a hair. So I think the best way is to get the dead center from the holes I drilled. And then we're gonna just drill 2 holes next to each other. Use a chisel and get that out of there. Alright, we got the 2 holes cut. And don't mind the issues I'm having with my drill press over there. But we're gonna go old fashioned with one of these bad boys and just work it out. It's gonna take a minute. Alright, got the 2 custom riser plates done. Now, we're gonna grab our engine and get to work. Taking out the torque converter, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this gas tank because we have a homemade gas tank we're gonna stick on there. If I can set y'all up here real quick. This is out of a, well, so I saw these on Amazon and I made one myself out of a fire extinguisher. And that is the end of an exhaust pipe that I actually got that was cheap from like Amazon. So I cut that off, welded it up, and then searched the scrap metal pile. This was taped because I just painted it. But that's the part that was, well, I'll just show you actually. Why not? So that's the part that was on the exhaust tip, if you can imagine that. And I welded that to this big ass nut I had laying around my scrap pile. And that's gonna be my plug right there. And then on the bottom side, I just welded me a nut and screwed in the stock little filter doohickey. Put me a piece of extra tube and an extra filter because I'm sure there's gonna be some little bits of metal in there for me doing all that to it. But it's all sealed up. And we're gonna mount her on the bike and I'll show you where I plan to do it. So I plan to mount her right here, just like that. So, gotta figure out how to mount her. But for now, we ain't gonna worry about that. We're just gonna go ahead and stick our engine up here, and I'll show y'all how to take out the torque converter and the oil tilt sensor. I'm sorry, I said take out the torque converter. I was talking about the governor. My bad. All right, so we got the gas tank off. Here's your governor arm right here. It's 10 millimeter on the side. We're gonna loosen her up and take her off. Alright, so you can see here there's a pin clip that holds it still. We're going to go ahead and leave that on so it doesn't fall in the engine case, and we're going to go ahead and drain the oil. Alright, so what we're looking at here, that's your oil tilt sensor. I already took it out, definitely forgot about that. But that's where it connects, you can leave that be. What we're after is right here, that's your governor arm, and then behind it, we got to take all that mess out. So it's pretty simple. I'm going to take this pin out, lower the arm down, take it out. I got to tap a hole to screw something in, which ain't no problem. But then on the back, you got to break all that plastic off, and you got to be careful because there is a metal washer in the back, and if you don't get it, your engine can explode. So we're going to get to it. Well, this is something new that I've never had before, so the plastic actually ripped out with it. Well, without the ring that holds it on there, usually it all comes apart, but actually, you can see in there, if everything's still intact, it just doesn't have the parts that are supposed to be moving. I'm just let it be. If the ring's on there, you ain't got to worry about the washer or nothing. So yeah, that is a governor delete. So I think I'm gonna try an alternate method that I haven't done before, but I've seen it done. So I got me a little bolt. I have a little Walmart bolt kit that happens to be the perfect fit for that hole. So what I'm gonna do is I need to cut off the excess, and then I'm gonna get me a little seal that I got laying around over here. But yeah, so we're gonna stick a seal in there. So we'll bolt this from the bottom like that, put a seal in there, a washer, and then a nut, and that should hold it nice and solid for us, and it won't get in the way of nothing. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Alright, y'all, whenever we put this guy back in, you'll see on here there's either going to be drilled or painted if it's new, a hole. There's one on the shaft as well. So you're going to line those up for your timing. There we go. So when it's lined up, it should look just like that. Dot to dot. So we got that back on there, the governor's removed. We're just gonna stick her back together. that. Another day, we're gonna go ahead and fill the oil, and I might mess around to see how I'm gonna connect this homemade gas tank up here. And then we're gonna continue disassembling the frame and maybe even paint it a little bit, depending how much time I got today. So we'll see, and we'll get to it. Alright, it's time to rig us a fender for the new front forks that I installed in another video. So I have the rear fender here. So we just put it in here and I traced it out. And I'm gonna cut it out and try to bend it to a similar shape here. And then we'll work on figuring out something to kind of mount it up front. Oh, also, I did a little painting yesterday. I think it looks pretty neat. So it's slowly getting more and more custom. We got our custom rack on the back. And then on, well, I guess tomorrow's Friday. So tomorrow I have 2 4-inch spacers, extender things going back here to mount the new tire on the back. And then I have a torque converter coming in on Sunday. And I already made the 2 mounting plates to rise it up. And yeah, so pretty soon there will be a video putting it all together. But for now, she's completely stripped down to the bare bones. redid the paint. I'm working on a clear coat now, and coming out good. So we'll get to it. Something kind of funny, if you can see back there. So I did this style paint to where I have the separate colors here, because with this color scheme it'll match everything I'm putting on it. But I also did kind of splatter effect going on, so that whenever I get it dirty or scratch it, it won't show up as much. Well, it worked too good because I forgot to wipe off this corner before I did the clear coat, so now there's just permanent dirt on there. So that's fun. Another day, and we got our extension tabs to add to the back. We're gonna weld them on. She ain't pretty, but she'll hold. Nothing a grinder and paint can't fix, but she's solid. Kind of fucked up. Where I had it, I didn't realize, since this one's on the inside, that needs to be on the inside, not the dead center, and it didn't reach this side. So unfortunately I had to cut it off. I'm gonna grind this and smooth it out. But yeah, so you'll be able to see me weld this side twice, I suppose. Alright, got that smooth back out. It's not perfect, but my welds cover it anyway. So now, oh jeez, that's hot. Now we gotta get the welds that I had to do this. I gotta get the welds off of here and smooth back out the curve. Always making extra work for myself. Alright, now we can pretend nothing happened and stick this on the right way. Alright, I should probably learn from my mistakes, but I should have tested this before I put it on here. But we're gonna hope that it reaches now. It looks like it's bent a little this way, so I could probably bend it back a little bit, but... Oh yeah. We're good. All right, y'all, we got them on there. Now I got a lot of grinding to clean her up. I never said I was a professional welder, definitely ain't, but it'll hold. You know, words to live by. With enough paint and an angle grinder, you can be the welder you ain't. All right, now we're gonna take off the tape and see what damage we did to the paint and touch her up. All right, now we watch paint dry, do another coat, and then after that dries, we'll put a clear coat on and we'll start assembling this new and improved bike. All right, update. I got them all painted, and then I test fit everything, and the brake, they sent me the wrong bike's extension tabs. So what I'm doing is I cut a chunk out, and I'm gonna run a line from here to here, It's a piece of the front frame that I had because I bought a new frame kit for it. So I'm gonna run it from there and just maybe put a little piece going across. But yeah, I'm gonna make it sturdy, paint that, and then we should finally be good to go. Now, on another note, I burnt the hell out of my thumb doing something stupid. And if you wanna, I don't know if you can see that. You can see the end of my finger burnt into this piece. So that's fun. All right, here's what we're looking at. Got me a piece of steel cut to size, just like that. So we're gonna weld that up, and that gives us perfect clearance for the brake. And then we're gonna run a rod from here to here to add that extra support on the back. I got some very high grade stakes that I'll cut a piece off to put right there. And then after we get everything welded, I'll flip her over. I'm gonna shove a piece of napkin in here and just put a coat of JB Weld on there. All right, one thumb down, one table with a hole through it, but we got her welded on there. And now, before we clean her up, we're gonna go ahead and add a piece of metal from there to there. All right, here's what we're looking at. Something like that. So we're gonna go ahead and fire her up and weld her up. All right, y'all, time to do a test fit, make sure the brake and everything fits. And then hopefully I can finally do the finishing paint and start putting her together. All right, we're gonna once again wait for this paint to dry, do another layer, then add the clear coat, and then we'll install it finally. So thank you all for tuning in, by the way. If you're liking what you're seeing, if you like watching a redneck do stuff he knows nothing about but figure it out, drop a like, subscribe maybe. It's a new channel. I just decided to start videoing the shit I was messing around with out here. But for now, I'll see y'all after the paint's done and we'll do a little assembly. All right, y'all. Didn't end up looking too shabby. Hopefully I'll be going quick enough you won't even have time to look at the shitty welds. But we got her all put back together. Now it's time to assemble. Go ahead and put the front forks back on, back tire, back axle, all that good stuff. And tomorrow I have a torque converter coming in that I'll install. And then we can put the engine on the riser plates that I made earlier and test her out. I'm excited. And yeah, we're getting close to the end. All right, y'all, if y'all saw the lady pull up, that was from the Census Bureau. Had to answer some questions being a civil servant. But that's going to conclude part one. And in the next part, we will get her done. But I don't really want to make a whole hour-long video in one. So I'm going to split it into two. Why not? So I will see y'all in the next one. Like and subscribe. If y'all are enjoying what I'm doing, I'm going to slowly get better at editing. But yeah, I'm just filming stuff that I'm doing anyway, hoping that somebody can learn something from it. I'm not a professional, just having a good time. And yeah, these things are fun to do. So I hope I'm inspiring somebody out there. But yep, see you in part two.